Hello, my name is Elaine Guffels. I'm the Academic Services Coordinator at Lincoln Land Community College. Welcome to Module B. If you are completing all of the modules in the course development sequence, last time you began with Module A. In it, you gained approval to either create a new course or to revise an existing course and learned how to write student learning outcomes. In this module, we will be discussing how to write course descriptions. In Module C, we will talk about writing the topical outline. I hope you've printed off the PowerPoint slides that are found in the student manual so that you can follow along with this discussion. So let's go ahead and get started. In the last module, we learned that there was a team from the academic assessment team and the curriculum team that met to develop standards for assessment purposes. One of these standards talks about course descriptions. It says that the student learning outcomes, the course descriptions, and the topical outlines must be consistent and must be college level content. Now, last time I had us write student learning outcomes. Those say at the end of the course, students will be able to. This gives us a way to see where we're going. This time, I'm suggesting we write the course description. It is a little more general and will give us the big picture or the parameters through which we develop the course. So let's talk about the course description specifically. There are several names that we use to describe the course description. Either the course description or the catalog description, because wait for it, it's in the catalog. But it is in more places than just the catalog. It is also in Colleague, so it gets pulled into WebAdvisor so students can see it. We also put it in our flyers and our brochures that market our courses and our programs. Because this is a very good marketing tool. In fact, it may be the only thing students see until they get to that first class session and receive your syllabus. So this description needs to be descriptive enough to get them in that seat. Now, at times, upper division institutions also use the course description to help articulate courses. Now, we do have a normal articulation process that we'll learn about in Module J. But at times, the upper division institutions look at our catalog and compare our courses to their courses to see what's changed and to make sure that they have articulations for all the courses that they can. Several years ago, the curriculum team met and with the public relations and marketing department developed course documentation standards. These are so that the 1,200 plus course descriptions that we have are consistent. These standards say that we should use 3 to 5 sentences when developing course descriptions. Like we said, we want these descriptive enough to tell students what they will be learning in this course. We want to use the present tense. We don't want to say students will learn. We want to say students learn because we're positive students learn in our courses. We also want to use complete sentences. Now, if there is a reference to a number, if it's 1 through 9, we should use the words. But if it's 10 or over, we need to use the numbers. Now, always refer to students instead of the student. For the majority of our courses, there is more than one student in a section. Now, there may be one student in private applied sections, there may be one student in directed study sections, but normally there is more than one student, so we say the students. We write in the third person. We don't say you will learn, we say students learn. Now here's the hard one. Don't put a comma before the conjunctive. When you have a series, don't put a comma in front of the and or the or. We do try to stay away from a list of topics. If we say students learn this and this and this and this and this, it might not be as appealing. So we say students explore this topic. They learn about this. Also covered is this topic. The last standard for the course description standards say when you are referring to centuries, use the numbers instead of writing out the words. Now the next screen was put there for me. I could never remember, is coursework one word or two words? Is firefighter one word or two word? Is healthcare one word or two word? So we put these words in there for me. At the end of the course description are some codes. These need to be at the end of every course description that we put into Curricunet. The first codes are the skill level advisories, the R, the W1, and the M1. These are discussed in the catalog, and I've also included this section in your student manual and in the other resources folder on Blackboard. Next is the articulation code, the 12 or the 11. We also use 14 or 16. The 11 refers to the 1.1 baccalaureate transfer courses. The 12 refers to the occupational tech ed courses. The 1.4 refers to the developmental courses, and the 16 refer to vocational courses. Now I know you know what is next. In the parentheses are the contact hours. That's how you get paid, so I know you know that. At the end, there may be some IAI codes. Those are the Illinois articulation codes. If a course has been approved as a match for an IAI description, we can put these codes at the end of the course description. Now the C1-900 is an example of a Gen Ed course. A Gen Ed course can be used to satisfy the general education degree requirements. The 9 hours of communication, the 9 hours of social science, the 9 hours of humanities fine arts, the 3 hours of math, and the 7 to 8 hours of science. Now, the AGR 901 code looks almost like a course prefix for our purposes, but it's a 900 code. All of the major courses are 900 codes. They have the 3 letters in front and then the 3 numbers. At the very end of the course description in Curricunet, you will also need to put the prerequisites, the co-requisites, and the notes. Now, I'd also like to talk about some other things that are on the cover screen when we put the course description into Curricunet. Now, when we created the pending file in Module A, we talked about the prefix and the number, but I'm going to go over that again here. If you have a new prefix, please call me so I can enter it into Curricunet so you can use it. Now, you cannot reuse a number that has already been used unless you are reactivating a very similar course. We have many courses over the years that have been deactivated and taken out of our catalog, but they are still on the ICCB Course Master. So call me if you have any questions. because we cannot reuse that number unless it's basically the same course. Also on the cover screen, you will be asked to give your course a title. The course has to be a maximum of 36 characters. This is because that's as many characters as the ICCB Course Master allows. Next on Curricunet, you put in the course description. With the description, which is 3 to 5 sentences, you put all the codes, you put the prerequisites, the co-requisites, and the notes, and then you can spell check it. Next, you will need to enter the start date. But before we get there, I want to stop a second and go back over some things. So how many sentences should the course description be? Correct, 3 to 5 sentences. Now, which is correct? Students will learn or students learn? Correct, we say students learn. Now, I have a reference to the number 9. Do I write out the word or do I put the number? Correct, I write out the word. Now I have a reference to the number 10. Do I write out the word or do I put the number? Correct, I put the number there. Do I write about students or do I write about the students? Correct, I write about students.